Hello, hello. Indeed, it is I, Kizamu. Sorry about that. I was I couldn't unmute myself for some reason. That just typical scuff. And I was like, why is this not working? So I was just trying to twink it with fast. So only wasted like 2 minutes just sitting here. I was like, oh my god, perfect timing to it when I was trying to unmute. It just wouldn't let me unmute for some reason. I know why. It's because I had to close the OBS for a split second and it just disconnected everything. Mother effer. Happens all the time. Let's see. Okay, so just give me a second. Just twinking little thinking things out. Again, I may. Oh, how's it going, Velcros? Got new glasses, bro. I awakened the Makekyo Shanagun. Huh. Good for you. Can't relate because I don't wear glasses. But I may crash today. I don't know. I can hear my PC screaming right now. So, but it seems pretty good right now. Like the game actually ran pretty smoothly right now. Oh, another thing. I have yet to write the schedule because I don't know what to write on there yet. So I might release the schedule. Again, I'll play today 16, tomorrow 16th, and then FF 16th, and then on Saturday probably 9 souls, and probably beat 9 souls right there and there, right? But on Sunday is when I release the schedule and start like from the beginning of the week, from Sunday, Sunday, Monday, and do that stuff right there, okay? And probably do that. Probably a mini update schedule too on Wednesday, just in case, so I could know what type of game I will be playing. So that's the reason why I haven't uploaded anything, because I was sitting there trying to think like, oh, what should I play? What should I do? Right? I know 16 will be continuing, 9 Souls is done, but that leaves me like with 3 other days to play whatever game. Okay? So I couldn't think of anything. So I was like, oh, okay, I probably should look for a game or two. Ooh. So besides Ender Lilies, I'm definitely playing Ender Lilies. That's for sure. I just didn't know what the 2 other games I should be playing. So that's a little update on that schedule. That's why I haven't uploading anything yet. And I was like, oh, but I was like, I just couldn't write anything down. I was just like, I don't know. I'll probably like just play TFT for a little bit then and there, just waste time. Have something to stream on, right? Ugh. Yeah, that's fine. Like Infinity Nikki is fine and all, but that's like a one-time off, Play for 3 hours and then what next game right after that, because like that game doesn't sound like my type of game. It sounds like a good graphics, but it sounds like a gacha game, and gacha games are not my games. You understand what I'm trying to say? It's just like it's something I'll probably pay off once in a while, like once off. But I just need a game so I could continue playing something. We'll see. So that's a thing I might do. Not too sure. But yeah, today we'll be continuing 16. I just beat Kuka. I think his name is Cupka. Kuka, the Titan guy. I cut his hands off, but the guy from Bahamut, the power of Bahamut, the Radiance, the Emperor's son, the Emperor's Princeling, whatever, took him. But the people that attack Gav and Jill are royalists, which is from Odin's nation. So I got attacked by 2 groups of different people. I could be wrong about the royalists. I don't know if they're like, because usually we call them imperialists for them, but royalists are entirely different way of saying that. Because the empire is definitely imperialists, but like they said royalists, so I was confused with 2 different groups of people showed up. But apparently, the empire still has a use for Kuka, so I just want to meet the guy and beat him up, So let's just get into it and hope I don't crash. Crossing fingers here, knocking on wood, and whatever superstition and all that stuff. Let me know about the audio too. If you guys can hear it. Okay. So I do still have like a little frame freeze in there, which is fine. I don't care about that. I'm not gonna be like, oh, well, it cost me my game. The game's unplayable. I ain't those type of people. But it's running pretty smoothly for once, which is kind of wild. I'm not gonna lie, there might be a necromancer icon because of solo loving. Maybe. I was sitting there looking at icons, right? When I was playing, I just happened to look them up, right? Because I was curious and stuff. There are way more, a lot more, icons than I thought in Final Fantasy existed. Right? There's so many. Okay, some of them are like super powerful monsters that become icons, and that's how icons are made, quote unquote, in the universe. And I was like, oh, that makes sense. I get it. They're not really icons. They're just overpowered monsters, like rival gods. Because an icon is pretty much what it is. Mythical creatures, right? So like Fenrir is one of those creatures, right? And stuff like that. So I was looking at other ones. There's the Round Table, which is like 12 knights, you know, like Alexander, not Alexander, King Arthur and his 12 knights. Is that one of those two? There's besides Alexander, there was an undead one. He's not a necromancer. He was just a dead guy, a dead powerful monster that just refused to die. But he did spread out the plague and stuff, like undead stuff. I won't say he's necromancer because the whole purpose of it is just killing things, making sure everything decays and stuff. Decaying and undead does go hand in hand, but it's not the same in a way. I know there's a Grim Reaper too. There's a death too, like the underworld, the afterlife as well. I heard there's Hylian, which is the stasis of. Which is also another version of the icon of light / stasis. I believe that's what she is. Zodiac is one, but that's like Final Fantasy 14 focus. But there's so many other icons out there that I didn't realize they existed. I was like, okay, there's a lot more. But I think 16 is focusing on the original ones, you know, because Alexander's old, but he's not one of the original ones. So that's what I'm aware of. Hey, Otto. So there's a lot of them.
Otto, is now a good time?
It's not a bad one. How's Jill doing?
Oh, she's been better. Ty is making sure she gets the rest she needs.
You better.
Any word on Kupka's movements?
Vivian's doing what she can to try and track him, but she's feeding on scraps. We've sent ours out to the curse breakers and our other friends in the west, asking them to keep their eyes peeled for anything unusual. No leads yet, but it's only a matter of time.
Only a matter of time.
Right. Let me know when you find something.
There he is. All right, Clive. Still busy saving the world.
Who are you? Mid?
When did you get back?
Just now.
Is this Sid's daughter?
What about your studies?
Adjourned. Since Hugo Kupka invaded Rosaria. All the canvassing, uproar about it. He's gone mad. He's turned rogue. It'll be us next. You try concentrating with all of that.
All right, you win.
How long will you be staying this time?
Dunno. A while, most likely. Any road, while I'm here, I was open.
Her name is Mid. That's so funny.
You can't just expect me to...
Please, oblige her. While we are busy tracking down Kupka, you should have a little time to spare.
Professor! Now there's a face I haven't seen in a while. Shouldn't you have it buried in a dusty old tome?
This is definitely Sid's daughter.
I did, till a familiar trill pricked my ears. As ever, your exuberance is a breath of fresh air, which successfully scattered the painstakingly assembled fragments of my thoughts.
Damn.
I'll take that as a compliment. Well, Clive, you heard the professor. So, I'll meet you in the storeroom when you're done.
Wait, hold on.
Huh.
Breath of fresh air. Bloody tempest, more like.
Dun-dun-dun-dun.
Oi, Otto, you got my gill.
Huh? What are you on about?
My fee for bringing Mid across. She said you were paying.
Ha!
Little.
That's pretty funny.
The storeroom, was it?
Oh,
I wonder what
so framey.
was plotting.
Sucks to be him. Her name is Mid. That's so funny. What a terrible name. I'll be real with you.
Be getting some rest.
Especially what that means in slang terms.
You took your time.
I'm a busy man, Mid.
I'll get to the point then. I want to turn the room down there into a workshop like the one I had at Dad's place.
Mid, you've only just come back.
And I've been thinking about it for a while. Dad said I had a knack for engineering. Told me everything he knew about it. Then sent me off to Canva to learn everything he didn't. That was his dream for me. That one day I'd put my studies to use for the good of the cause. But I'm helping no one stuck at school. I've studied enough. It's time.
What an interesting outfit she has.
I know that I can help the people.
Because like
here,
that
and I'm
scarf
gonna do it.
or neck piece is around a scarf. So she's technically wearing two different scarves.
All right.
That's not attached to any of her clothing. It's just around her neck twice.
I knew you'd say yes. Which is why I wrote up a list of jobs.
By the way, they need to
For me.
tell, like, say something, like, say, this is Sid's daughter. Because I was like, who the heck is this? But when they said Mid,
First things
sounds like
first, I need
Sid.
equipment
And
and
obviously the
materials to
context
start
she
the
just said,
PO.
she's an engineer
There's the
like
designs
Sid,
for stuff I need,
and so and
the
so,
stuff
and
that needs
school.
anything from.
When they keep mentioning the
The other
study, I
materials
was
I
like,
can
ah.
work myself. Just need a generous benefactor to lay them on for me. Apart from the wood, I'll need a carpenter for that, but I can just borrow yours.
Is that everything?
For now, I'll let you know if I need out else.
I gotta say, she is adorable though. I like her energy. She's quite the extrovert.
Where to start? Materials and tools. That means Karen and Blackthorn.
That's Genova. Genova. Genova.
The little uns have been up to their old tricks again. Jill looked white as a sheet when they brought her.
Wee. Hey, Charon.
Was wondering where you'd got to. Mid's back from Canva. Have you seen her?
Just now. She's planning to set up a workshop in the stores and ask me to buy her some materials.
Of course.
Here's the list. Think you can find everything on there?
This lot. Wouldn't be much of a trader if I couldn't.
Excellent. As for payment,
It's paid 100 times over by what that girl's done for us. If it weren't for her filters, we'd have naught to drink but blight water, and that would have drained the life out of us long ago.
Ugh.
indeed it
Sounds
would.
awful.
I'll send the stuff on to Mid when it comes in.
Thank you, Karen.
Oh, yeah, you have something new? What?
Well, don't just stand there gawping.
That seems normal. Seems pretty normal. What is new? What do you have new? That's new. Did I miss it? What?
Finished, are you?
Okay.
Blackthorn, you busy?
What does it look like?
I have a commission for you. From Mid. She requires certain tools.
I like that it's just the same animation over and over for the.
Do you think you can make them?
Bloody hell. What's she planning to build with this?
See, I understand it's extra work to do stuff like this, but I would edit at least 2 to 3 different
Bring them over when I'm done.
handing over items animation
My thanks. And Mid's.
at least. 'Cause, like, it's so weird like when you're giving stuff. It's the exact same gesture.
Let's see if Bardolph's available.
It's alright.
Like, where is this pointing at? No, 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 no. To think the first quest, of course, it's nice to see Mid for the first time, but like,
Do with a good oiling.
think of
Should be
fetch
enough.
quest immediately.
How do, Master Sid?
Bardolph. Mid's looking to build a workshop in the storeroom, and she needs the aid of a skilled carpenter. So naturally, I thought of you.
Well, I'd love to help the young miss however I can. But I'm afraid I got my hands full just keeping this place afloat. There's holes need patching, and if I don't patch them, we'll all of us sink into the mere. I'd gladly spare Mid all the time I have, but the sad truth is, I ain't got none.
I see.
It don't have to be me, though, does it? What about that other fella?
Other
you know,
fella?
the one over at Martha's Rest. Bernard, was
You're
it?
telling me to go all the way
That's
over there?
right. And he is a friend of the cause. I'll ask Martha if she can spare him. Thank you, Bardolph.
Least I could do.
Wow. Okay. Yeah, I literally had to go over there. Wow. Wee. You know, the more I look at the map, the more I was like, wow, this place is not that big. I'll be 100% genuine with you. It is not that big. They make it look big when you go inside the world, but then if you really think about it, it literally would take like a week or 2 to walk across the entire map. I'm not kidding, because like I'm literally running like, because like it says Martha's Rest and then the other fast travel. So those 2 fast travel points literally takes Clive literally like 20 minutes to walk across, right? If it's like, you know, if you're just walking, it's probably like, you know, an hour or 2 of walking, right? So you literally could go across the entire continent of this place. You know, okay, Final Fantasy does have speedsters, but the problem is it's not really a game to do speed runs on because it's Final Fantasy. You know, one of the long-running JRPGs in the world. You know, it takes hours to beat, especially when a game that comes to grinding like this. So I've seen people do it, but it's just like it's not that fast though. They probably beat the game within like, I don't know, 3-4 hours at best while glitching the game, you know. In some cases, of course, if you glitch the game, it makes it even faster. But like in most cases, the speed run is not there. The thrill behind it is not there. Like it's like there's no point of speed running this type of games. It's like trying to speed run Persona 5, but you can't because like there's so much you could do in that scenario while breaking the game, you know. And you kind of have to fight a lot of monsters just to beat the game too, because you need the level and the XP. Because that game is more. These games are more more strategized than you think it is. Well, besides this one's very hack and slash, like all the way, like for without a doubt. But like in most games, they're turn based, so it takes forever. Because I think 15 and 16 and 14 are the only ones that's not turn-based. The rest are, or they have this unique system that's similar to turn-based, but not turn-based at all. It's usually what the case is. Oh! Oh! Look away, guys, look away! Hey Martha, I need a borrow Martha. I was combining buffer name and borrow at the same time of season.
Ah, Clive, what brings you to the rest?
Our home finds itself in need of an extra carpenter. I wondered if I might be able to borrow Bernard for a short while.
I don't mind if he don't. We're all friends here, aren't we?
Thank you, Martha. Do you know where I might find him?
He went up to Cressida on business. No idea what, mind. Place is a ruin. Far as I know, he's still there.
I'll look for him there then.
Okay. This quest is becoming more tedious every passing second. I'll be real with you. Okay, where's this guy at? Of course, this guy makes me want to run over there. Oh, dude. Okay, today. Here's one of my pet peeves today, right? Someone, like a group of people triggered this pet peeve of mine. Okay, you know how people go to restaurants and they order their food and stuff? Any restaurant, fast food or not, any restaurant, right? Any eatery, I should say, right? I hate when someone orders something, but they heavily customize the food. You know what I'm saying? I don't understand like a little thing where like, oh, I want a burger with that's medium well or well done, whatever, right? Or no pickles or something like that, right? Just a little customization in there, or especially when it. And the only time I really allow it is when they're having an allergy issue, right? I get that, you know, they had to change some of the recipe altogether, just not to get the allergic reaction. I get that, but there are people who heavily customize the food to the point where it's no longer a fucking burger, you know what I'm saying? Or it's no longer spaghetti, you know? Like that's how much they changed it, and it made me think like, why are you going to a restaurant and order that dish? But then not order that dish, you know? You know what I'm saying? Like, they are ordering that exact same dish, but the problem is they customize it so much to the point it's not even that dish anymore. Like, you might as well just buy the ingredients and make it yourself. Like, that shit irritated me today. Because like, I was at this Asian restaurant, right? And I was ordering food for lunch for my lunch break. And I watched these three people, right? Coincidence, like, funny thing is, they also work at the same place as I work too. And like, it's so jarring how like they kept on. Oh my god. Just new stability. Anyways, it's like it's so jarring because like again, imagine you're just ordering like a salad, but you customize the salad so much. Like, oh, I don't want salad like this. Remove the leaf greens and add some croutons there. Change the little parts of the onion into, but just add a steak there. Like, and like at that point, it's not a salad anymore. You know what I'm saying? That's how much they customized it, right? Because I was standing behind them, and I watched three of these workers that work at the same place as me. But I barely interact with them because I barely see them. And I sat there like, what the fuck, like if you order like General Tso's, it's just basic rice with chicken that's heavily greased up with stuff, right? And I get that. I was just running short. Oh my god, it's this tedious. Okay, especially with the freezing like this. And like, that's like me going to an arms dealer demanding a sniper rifle. Gatling gun, rocket launcher. Exactly. It's like you go to the arms dealer. You told the arms dealer, "Hey, I want a pistol," but then add all that, and it's no longer a goddamn pistol. You know what I'm saying? It's just like, what the hell? So I literally had to sit there, and I was ordering the most basic meal, like literally what's on the menu, because that's what they serve, right? And I sat there like, oh my god. The more I was listening to these people, the more I was like, why are you eating here then? If you're gonna do this, all this, I understand you don't want to make it yourself, but like, what the hell? If I was a chef and you do that to my restaurant, I'd be so pissed. Like, damn, dude, go make it yourself then. At this point, it's no longer a goddamn burger. It's just a patty with like a bunch of other ingredients on top of it. Like, it was just like, what the. And the worst thing is, there's 3 of them. And each of them order 2 sets of meals for themselves, right? So I was sitting like, what the. So this old Asian guy makes 6 meals by himself because his friends were busy taking care of, because they just opened, by the way. They literally just opened. And so the rest of them was preparing the back of the house and, getting more ingredients or setting up ingredients or prepping it and all that stuff. So this guy was doing it all by himself. Kudos to him. He actually did it. He did it all quite swiftly.
If it ain't the lad who saved my life.
Oh, it's this guy.
What brings you to a place like this?
You do, Bernard. Martha said I might find you here. I have a proposition for you.
Oh, do you know?
Yes, there we go. Straightforward. And like, I was sitting like, oh my god. So I literally I sat there for 30 minutes. Right? Because these meals, by the way, since it's an Asian restaurant, they always have the meals really done really fast. Within like, at least like 5 to 6 minutes in between, because they're really good at it. Right? Because these guys are really been doing it for a while. But it took like 30 to like 35 minutes. And I was sitting there like, oh my god. And like the people, the cashiers who were like getting the order and like in line, like trying to like organize it, were having a hard time pointing out like what's what, because they customized the food so much they didn't know what the hell they were ordering. Like the cashier people didn't know what the hell they were looking at this point. And it was so funny, but it was so aggravating at the same time, because I had to sit there waiting for my goddamn food that could have been done less than like 5 minutes. You know what I'm saying? So these guys took so long.
But you're a dab hand when it comes to dealing with beasts and bogles, ain't you? Any chance you could...
It's the least I can do.
Yep.
Well, thank you kindly.
But like, sorry for on a tangent and all that, but like that's just how I was so irritated. I was like, oh my god. And they made me so late for lunch. I literally had to call my boss, and it was like, hey, our supervisor was like, hey, I'm going to be late. Dipshit 1, 2, and 3 are just wasting time. That's what it felt like. I'll be honest with you. I was like, oh my god, you people suck. There's so many of you guys. Oh my god. Oh, the frame issues. I noticed this, by the way, since this keeps happening. So every time I do a whole new move, like when I start the game again and do a whole new move, right? It freezes. So like it's gonna freeze when I do see how it doesn't freeze when I do it now? Because it was freezing it when the first time I did. So it if I don't render my move, it's going to freeze. Which is hilarious that this is a thing that happens. I didn't realize there was a village here. See how like it's freezing? Because I've never done an execution animation of this one. Dang, he's still alive. The tornado! Whee! Oh my god. Oh, Good game. Oh! Bam! Yeah, Titan is not that good, as you all see. Like, I hate Sid's. I don't hate Sid. Sid is like, is not that, besides his abilities, his, like his circle attack, like, you know, like I teleport with the Phoenix, his auto aim thing kind of sucks because it's too slow. Oh my god, how many more enemies? Let me see, it's just the one. I do like the Titan's abilities though, slightly more.
Nice try.
Boom! See, I love that. That's sick. But Sid's ultimate is so much better. Just go down, man. Come on. Can I attach a salad with no greens? Glock 19 Sancers attachment is and cheese. It's just like, oh man, I just can't stand those people. Like, just go make it at home then at this point, man. Like, what the? Oh, the animation is just like, they're trying to keep up, man. This PC's just dying.
Too slow.
Oh, wrong button. Yep. Oh!
Nice try.
Woo!
Awaken win.
Awaken win!
Over here.
Bam! You're still alive? Oh my god! Oh, Torgo got the kill. Woo! Okay, I hope all my animations are loaded now. I apologize for that. Ding 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 ding. I'll be honest with you. There's not. I already put like what, 16 hours in this game, and it's still kind of the same enemies and same
You made
items.
short work of that lot. Thank you, son. Now my folks can rest in peace once more.
How long is it since the village was abandoned?
Oh, people started packing their things after the duchy fell. Between the Blight and the Imperials, you just couldn't make ends meet.
Damn, that sucks.
Must be nigh on a decade since the last wagon left. Though it may as well have been a century, looking at the place. This isn't the Cressida I remember.
I'm sorry.
Ah, don't be. Can't live in the past, no matter how nice it might have been. Soon as I'm done saying a prayer for those that raised me, it's onto your hideaway.
Nice, sir.
I'll meet you there.
He wanted to visit his parents' graves. I think that's what it was. That was a hell of a fight.
Take care of Lid's little list.
There was so much enemies right there. Oh my god. There was 3 waves of it too. But yeah, that's one of my pet peeves. Again, I don't care if you do customize your food and stuff like that. just be modest with it though. Don't make it a whole new freaking recipe at this point. You know, it's like, oh my god. It's like, you know what makes a cheeseburger, right? It's a burger with cheese on top of it, American cheese, and pickles, a juicy medium rare to well done beef patty, and burger buns. You know, that's just a regular ordinary cheeseburger, right? Don't be like, oh, switch out the patty for a pork patty, switch out the cheese for, I don't know, blue cheese, and then swap the pickles with onions, and then like, what the hell? Take the buns out and put a sandwich bun instead, bread bun instead. And I was like, and it's just not a cheeseburger anymore. It really isn't. Like, that's what it felt like. I was like, the best way to describe it though is like that. I was like, oh my god, I feel for the old guy too, because like, man, they were so funny because they kept reading the order ticket. And they're like, what the hell? Like, you can see these guys, because these guys don't speak English that well, and they're just looking at it like, what the fuck? So they did whatever they could. I think they did a good job, but it was pretty frustrating to see them frustrated. Man, I was standing there too for a while. They were so disordinated by that, to the point where they forgot to make my order. Like, that's how frenzy it was of a customized order, that they forgot to make my order. So I waited, like I said, that's why it took so long. Oh man. People will be people, I guess. The worst kind. It's so crazy how everyday life, people don't realize they are secretly a villain while realizing they are a villain. You know? It's just like, dude, why are you doing this? What made you think it was a good idea?
Shouldn't you be getting some rest soon?
I think we should bring back shaming, punishment, and all that stuff. Like, not in severe, right? But like, hey, slap on the wrist. Don't be a dipshit. Like, that type of level. Because, man, people are making some really poor decision in life, and then blaming it on life and not themselves.
You've all done then?
I am. I've placed your various orders, and a carpenter by the name of Bernard is on his way from Martha's Rest.
That's brilliant. Thanks, Clive.
Is there
That's too severe, man.
anything else you
But like, it's just like, man, I was literally at the, when I was working, I heard this girl was just talking about like, there's a woman
I can't wait.
who was going to this, where I worked, right? And like, she would bring a different guy in late, like once a week, and I sat there like, whoa, right? And I was just like, that's kind of wild to do, right? And of course, like, ultimately, of course, there's a bunch of women who's gonna be like, oh, just mind your own business. It's kind of hard to, when they come to my place of business, you know what I'm saying? It's like, hello? Hello? And it's just like, what do you want me to do? They're right in front of me. And it sucks, because this girl is clearly cheating on guys, with multiple guys. Like, this woman is not a good woman. It was so jarring.
A team
You
of
look familiar.
Curse has gone missing near Northreach.
Which team?
Coles. They were sent to liberate a carriage of bearers before they could be smuggled to market. They were moving in for their assault when the carriage was attacked by goblins. A Cursebreaker managed to release a Stolas amid the confusion, but this was days ago. They should be back by now, but I've heard nothing from any of them. I can't help but worry that...
They know the work is dangerous, but I'm sure they're fine.
But what if I've got them all killed?
If you're the leader, it's going to happen.
This, what they escaped, and what we're freeing people from. But I never really thought how my words might affect them. What risks they might take because of the things I've said.
I will find them.
I'll go and find them. We'll both rest easier knowing they're safe.
Cause man, I do not like people who are promiscuous, both girls and guys. I think that shit is gross.
I can't tell you much more than
I don't want anyone to do that type of stuff. Cause like it makes me think like I understand that they themselves don't care because it's their own life, but picturing your own kid doing that shit will probably like make you feel uncomfortable as hell. Cause like that makes me like, oh, I kind of don't want to interact with you as much, right? In fact, I kind of don't want anyone to touch you. It's just like, it's so gross. And people are saying, oh, it's natural. It happens naturally. Yeah, so is you going to the bathroom, and that's still gross. You know what I'm saying? I don't want to touch that. Especially how kinky people could truly be in their fetishes. Like, people are freaks when it comes to that type of level. Like, they're kind of inhuman freaks.
Ah, Clive.
Dude, there are so many gorgeous women in this place.
How's Jill?
Recovering, but she still needs her rest.
Of course.
Like, Mid is here now. Targia is here. Jill's here.
I'll do my best.
That girl I just interacted with.
Gav was looking for you. He said he had
There's
something to
so
show
many
you.
gorgeous women here.
The shelves. Oh, that's right. He went to ask Harpocrates about Torgal. He must have found something.
Someone has a question here. Oh, yeah, I was gonna say.
You have the look of a man with the twins upon his shoulders, Rodrigue.
Talia has tasked me with removing a Cursebreaker's brand. But it's my first time and I don't think I can do it. I'm afraid of what happens if I fail. You survived, I know, but here as many die as recover. Is it really worth the risk?
You don't need me to answer that. You know full well what we're fighting for. I hope as much as you that one day bearers can walk among others as equals. But until that day, a brand is a burden.
It is a burden.
And we must lift that burden.
It's funny because it's just a tattoo, right? I don't know if it's an actual curse. Is it an actual curse?
Dangerous, but it's also essential.
Because they didn't really explain the tattoo on your face. Because if it's just a tattoo on your face, you could literally just grab your skin, like cut it up, or even peel that part of skin and then go to any other part of your body and take that skin and put it over your face and let it naturally heal. And that skin that you took from the skin that you took from over last time goes in your face instead. And that's it. And it just heals up. Because that's the whole point of grafting. It's just like you're supposed to like scar it up slightly and let the skin heal over it, or slightly peel that top part off and put a different layer of skin. Because I've seen what people, but that's usually for larger people. Just do this wide out.
Just tell me what you need.
But you're like it's a medical procedure I've seen before that happened with people who have burnt faces and stuff. Or even scars like right now in Clyde's face right now, like that huge gash in his face. People just have that, if they have extra skin or extra like fat on their body, they can just remove that part of the skin, plaster their face over while healing that part of your body over. Because again, if you have scars over your face, it's better to move that scar and move it on your body instead, you know? Because like you can hide it underneath your clothing compared to a face.
I overheard your little chat with Rodrigue. It's good of you to help.
Eavesdropping. I mean, it is your room. It's like it's not really eavesdropping. Can I get Jill back? Because I realized when I was doing these missions and monster hunts, I was doing it by myself while Jill.
The little ones have been up to their old tricks again.
Don't get me wrong. Jill doesn't do that much damage, but it's still damage. It's still like passive damage for me that I would like to have.
Clive, where have you been? I've been wanting to ask you something about Torgal.
Torgal?
Where did you get him, like, in the first place?
My father brought him back from one of his expeditions into the Northern Territories. They were crossing a snowfield when they heard his
That sounds like
cries,
Finreal.
and seeing no sign of his pack, they took him in.
What do you reckon, Torms?
It certainly adds weight to the theory. Clive, I believe that Torgal may be no mere hound, but a rare frostwolf, an animal native to the far northern reaches of Valisthea.
Valisthea.
In one of our oldest bestiaries, I found reference to a frostwolf who served as guardian to an ancient queen of the north. Such was his mastery over ether, he could cast magics on command. His name...
Freaking knew it.
Fenrir the Frostwolf.
Now, the annals do not state it explicitly, but I have reason to believe this queen was a dominant of Shiva, a girl from the Northern Territories and her faithful hound. One awakens as the dominant of Shiva, and the other...
You're saying that Jill granted Torgal his powers?
What?
Just like Fenrir. People called him my hound, but Torgal and Jill were inseparable. He grew up as a faithful companion to the dominant of Shiva, and years later, his powers awakened. Just when his master needed him the most.
Arby's is letting me down this year. No white cheddar
Torgal
mac.
blasting those bastards to Kingdom Come, Jill would have been for it.
Quite. Though Torgal's power is his own.
Indeed.
His latent birthright as a Frostwolf. It had only to be unlocked.
Oh, get you, Torgal.
You're an even finer hound than we thought.
And regarding your original concern, you need not fear for Torgal's health. Why, the beast has the appetite of a behemoth. Just this very morn, I found him with his nose buried in my nuts.
That sounds funny. Out of context.
There you are! I've been looking everywhere for you. Bernard's here. I need you to introduce us so we can get to work.
I shall be a moment.
That's cool. It's a little lower for it's like you could hear it, but like Fenrir and what's it called, Lady Hel, from Norse mythology is a thing. But it's funny because Fenrir is technically the older brother of Hel, which Hel, by the way, right? That's her name. She's the Lady of Frost, the queen of Hel in Norse mythology. She's Loki's oldest daughter, and Fenrir is his oldest son, which is weird. But like Loki, but she was not an ordinary woman. She was half dead.
You and everyone else.
So I meant like when half dead, I meant like she was literally half corpse, half human woman. So she looked like a regular human, and the other half looks like a rotting corpse.
Like this world's never seen.
And her older brother was Fenrir, the World Eater, which is crazy. So Loki is also the guy who's known for giving birth to monsters. So, because he also gave birth to Jormungandr, the giant snake, as well. Who knows? Loki is just that type of guy.
We have everything we need to begin work in earnest. And work in earnest we shall.
Where the hell did you get a giant marble slab from?
Thanks for before, son. That was a good deed you did me. Only right I do you one in return. Though I did wonder if I'd bit off more than I could chew when Midge showed me her plans for the place. If she hadn't been there to tell me what to do, I wouldn't have known where to start.
That's crazy though. He did a good job here. It's a little storage area. I see. What is this? What's in here? Oh, this has to be the engine. This has to be the ship's engine. No shot.
Thanks for letting me do this, Clive. I'll pay you back, I promise.
I promise.
I wish Miss Midador would let us help her with her dungeoneering.
Midado. Midado. That's her entire... What are these names? I never heard of Midado in my entire life. And usually Final Fantasy is based off like European names. Clive is the most mundane name ever, by the way. I'll be real with you. That is the most mundane name ever.
How goes the hunt for Kupka?
Largely in circles. We have myriad sightings of strange soldiers in unexpected places, but nothing definitive as yet. If only we knew for certain by what route he left Rosalith.
Well, keep at it. If anyone can piece this puzzle together, it's you. And I'm willing to wait as long as it takes.
She's fine too. I'm sorry. It's just like, if I see a beautiful girl, I just can't help it. Like, wow.
What? Here?
Would that be a problem?
Do you know, Clive? I believe it a mercy that you didn't inherit your father's throne. Your poor people would surely live in fear of you.
You have nothing to worry about on that front. I won't be claiming his crown.
That is a relief.
Why? That was the most
Clive,
random thing to say.
hang on a minute. We, have a guest.
A guest?
I can never be a ruler. I'd be too lazy to do shit like that.
For your trouble. It was a pleasure, being honest.
Oh, it's his uncle.
Uncle Byron? Clive, my boy! Tap a cask and stoke the ovens for your favorite uncle is here!
My only uncle. He is part of the team, so. The good one. This game gets weirder and weirder. I still gotta do these side quests. I just want you on my side. That's why I'm doing this right now. I'm waiting to actually where I need to actually leave the base. I don't want to keep going back in and out of the base like this. So I wish I had those quests earlier when I was leaving to get the carpenter. Meanwhile, that's what it says right above my head. Right there. Ooh, so Western.
The Dalmekian government sues for peace. How shall we respond?
If they're willing to accept their fault in the matter, I see no reason to refuse them.
Still, we must insist on substantial reparations. Twinside stores are not as bottomless as reported.
Aye, and we have many more mouths to feed. We shall just have to have the Dalmeks empty their treasuries for us.
Of course, none of this would have been possible without your timely intervention, Prince Olivier.
Indeed, I doubt any of us would have had the courage to trade words with the mighty Titan, nor less the wit to win him over.
The Empire owes you a great debt.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you, Your Highness.
May the blessing of the crystals go with you.
Very good.
What the heck? The kid did jack shit.
Now, let us come to the question of precisely.
I remembered that Bahamut is actually my stepbrother.
The men of the Fist will not withdraw until a peace treaty is concluded. So let us keep the negotiations open, give them time to gather what gold and trinkets they can. And once they deliver that which we demand, what worth is a piece of parchment?
Your Radiance, were Prince Dion to take the field, the enemy would surely send their own dominant to meet him. And while His Highness would of course prevail, there would be heavy losses on both.
You need not fear Hugo Kupka. He is engaged on the Western Front. Even were the Dalmeks to send for him, he would not arrive in time. As much as I would enjoy witnessing a clash between Bahamut and Titan, it is not to be.
And what of your subjects, Your Radiance? If the fighting spread to the city proper, the people would bear the brunt of it.
There will be losses, it is true.
Not yet. He's not dead yet. I'll make sure he is, though.
For every citizen who falls, another can be bred. For every home that burns, another can be built. The Empire will live on.
The Empire is the people, though.
Dion?
It's not you who's the Empire.
Yes, sire.
What is this? Dude, you're so extra. He's so extra. What is happening? What?
Prepare for battle.
But sire.
Do not make me repeat myself. Return to your camp and await my orders.
I'm starting to see they kind of just are discarding this prince. Like they.
If that is your wish, your radiance, I shall depart at once.
That's what the mother did. See? I'll be honest with you, she aged pretty well. 13 years has passed, and she still looks like a 29-year-old woman.
May Gregor forgive you.
What do the astrologers augur?
The stars are in agreement, your radiance. The shadow of treachery hangs over Prince Dion.
I knew it. That's what I just said. He's like, they want him on the battlefield at all times.
Annabella's tales were true.
So they do want to kill him off. Because the guy, again, this guy doesn't care since he has a second son. Yeah. And that means his son would take over as the next emperor. Kid, how can you sit like that? That kind of hurt my knees. Like I said, she aged pretty well. How Prince Dion joins Clive. Or Hope. Hope. I could see that. I don't mind that. That'd be pretty sick. Because the guy fights for the people. That's what it seems like. And that's what we're kind of doing. But we're fighting for the people at the very bottom. Well, the guy is fighting for his people. Which is like, a slightly higher society. But all the same. All the same. It do be like that. Oh, my back. Ultima. Oh yeah, there was a primal. I believe it's an alien. I could be wrong, but I think it's not really an alien. It's technology, right? It's called Omega. So like there's Ultima, which is like pretty much an alien species, and Omega is like technology that's like really powerful as well. It's an icon. It's like the icon of technology pretty much. But it's really cool to see because like his name is like Omega something. There's like different Omegas, like Omega version 1, 2, 3, 4, and the guy doesn't die because it's like Skynet. They keep making more Terminators, more robots. It's just pure technology and stuff like that. It's where like I think humans or creatures upload their consciousness to the what's it called? To the Omega, and the Omega does whatever it wants with it, stuff like that.
What on earth is Uncle Byron doing here? Only one way to find out.
You're really gonna meet me all the way down there? Damn you.
The Litlins have been up to
There's just one thing after another around here.
One thing after another. Lovely. So yeah. So there's also Omega, but this guy's Omega was pretty rough to fight. I'll be honest with you, because the guy can't really die. He always has technology hidden somewhere around the entire universe. So he always keep repeating himself or itself, because it's robots, androids, cyborgs, and all that shit. We're not really
Through the
cyborgs.
good offices of young Sir Wade. He really is the most helpful fellow.
Hey, Sir Wade.
As are you, I hear. The Guardians and those they freed tell the most outlandish tales of your heroics in Rosalith. Which is why I came, to learn the full truth of the matter. Sort the fact from the fiction, so to speak.
You were working with the Guardians of the Flame to evacuate the people of Rosalith to Port Isolde.
I was, aye.
Then I have questions for you. Please, come inside, Uncle.
Gladly. You there? There are 2,000 gold talents in those chests. See that they're added to my nephew's coffers, would you?
2,000?
Holy shit, he just gave me 2,000. Uncle, I'm not that poor. I have 30,000 on me right now, but I appreciate it.
And I'm afraid that is all I know.
A fleet sailing south past Port Isolde. Most intriguing.
Forgive me for not being able to tell you more. I hadn't the faintest idea Kupka withdrew wounded from Rosalith. Still less that my own nephew dealt the decisive blow.
What do you think, Vivian?
I think, with this news of the Dhalmekian fleet and recent reports of the Royalists' movements, that the final piece of the puzzle has fallen into place. Come here and I'll show you.
Oh.
It is known that Kupka's forces entered Rosaria via its unguarded coast. So can the same be said of your visitors from Wooo? Certainly her Royal Navy is famed for the efficiency with which it bears her knights from one battlefield to the next. And in the Einherjar, or Black Galleon, she boasts a vessel nigh as swift, and every bit
He can't really use Iron Fist if he has no hands, remember?
A fitting flagship for a land
I cut off
apart,
his hands.
her naval presence being crucial to her ambitions beyond Ash. Yes, it seems safe to assume that the Royalists did indeed enter Rosaria from the sea. So then, had you a vested interest in Titan survival? Whither would you take
Can you, have you ever seen Baki? You know that martial artist with the eye patch? You ever seen that show? He actually loses his hand and he punches one of those guys who broke out of that submarine in the face. And this is stuff. Or was it a different guy? I think it was a different guy. I think it's an old guy with white hair, not the bald guy. But it's a different guy entirely. That's what it reminds me of. It's just BAM! I was like, what the hell, dude? How are you not bleeding to death?
hanging in the balance? No. The journey would mean Titan's death, and Kupka's faithful creatures would not allow it. So what then was the plan of our Waluda friends? Reports suggest they made not for the coast, but for the desert.
It is shorter, but it's rougher.
A party traveling light would have Titan back in his bed days before a galley could lurch into port. To wit, it was the Royalists, not the Republicans, who effected Hugo Kupka's safe retreat. I would stake your life on it.
Why is Odin helping? Okay, I don't think Bahamut helped now. I could be wrong. It could be a whole different guy.
So it was the Waludas who spirited the wretch away. Now I think about it, there was something a little strange about the ships I saw. The men seemed almost crestfallen, as if in mourning, as if they believed, or were made to believe, that their master was dead.
You have a keen mind, Lord Rosfield. And you have your answer. To find Kupka, you have merely to follow the Royalist trail across the Velcroy. It may well have gone cold by now, but as they say in the Republic, all roads lead to Drake's Fang.
Allow me to accompany you part of the way. As luck would have it, I had intended to journey Canberward on business after visiting you here. The Fang would be but a short detour.
I'd be glad of the company.
Awesome. I like this guy.
To make ready. I need to tell my friends what we've learned and where we're going.
Hey, Dragon's Fang. Next place to destroy. Gotta kill Titan and destroy that mother crystal right there. All in one fell swoop. Woohoo! But that will also provoke the Royalists, aka Odin, who's on the exact opposite side of the world. Or of the continent. I don't know how big this world is.
With a little help from Sid.
But let's go!
Of course.
And then the Imperialists are just being Imperialists. They're just invading everything left and right.
Leaving before sunset.
But their aim is too small.
Don't worry. I'm not going there to destroy the Mother Crystal.
Oh.
All I'm after is Kupka's head. I won't risk any more than I have to. I promise.
The Lancer and the Fang are all Kupka's personal fiefdom. You have any trouble on the way, you ask for Rosina Dalamil, Suncaller, the Desert Hare.
Who is she?
An old associate of Sid's, and only Sid's. All I know is the name, and that they used to meet at the Dalamil Inn. We've heard nothing from her since he died. But I'm thinking maybe the new Sid.
I bet you right now, that's Sid's wife.
I'll keep that in mind.
That has to be Sid's wife.
So,
or lover.
What about your uncle? I mean, he's welcome to stay, but...
Don't look so worried. He'll be coming with me.
Thank fuck for that.
Why?
Gav, Otto, I'm leaving you two in charge.
You can count on us.
Why are you so... He just gave us $2,000.
Welcome to the Patron's Whisper. Your benefactors are a generous lot. Hasn't been delivered yet.
Oh, really? By 5.
Sorry, but you're not quite there yet.
By 5, you tool.
Ah, my favorite pupil. Allow me to educate you.
Huh. I love the pixel,
The
man.
state of the realm
It's so cool seeing the original. Dude, the first time I ever seen Final Fantasy is when my dad was playing this game. It was the old school, the original Final Fantasy. And I was thinking, like, what the hell am I looking at? Because again, I had a hard time reading it because it wasn't in English or Japanese. And I didn't even know they did it in that writing. But I was saying, like, what the heck? It was super cool.
I think I'll wait till Mid's away to take a tour of her dungeon.
And it just made me realize how old Final Fantasy is. Like, a lot of these game series are really old now. But they're still going on, which is crazy. It reminds me of Pokemon. You know? Just Pokemon. Okay, let's talk to this guy. And we probably need to teleport.
All right, Uncle. I'm ready to depart. Shall we?
We shall. Come, let us away to adventure.
He's so silly. Wait! I was going to do side quest. Don't actually let me teleport anywhere. Don't do it. Okay. New area. The desert. Okay, let's go over here now. The reason I'm doing this now is because, again, with gaming experiences, I have experience where games continue the game. If you continue the game, the quest, it's like some side quests become unavailable. That's not happening with me. I learned that the hard way, especially with Dragon's Dogma. Poor kid who died to wolves. Spoiler. He had it coming though. Excuse me guys, I'm gonna drink some water. Rehydrate, please. Boom. Chicka-laka, chicka-laka. Boom, boom, boom. So I have this friend. He's from Japan. He lives in Japan right now, and he's half Japanese, half British. And I was talking to him, right? And I was like, "Hey, man," because I'm studying Japanese, but I play video games with him once in a while, especially Final Fantasy 14. That's how I met him in the first place. And we play like all kinds of games and shit like that. We play like, I don't know, Dying Light. What's the other one? What's that game? Dead by Daylight. There was another one. What's that zombie game? Fuck. It's a zombie game where it has classes and stuff. There's like it's like a 6-man team. One's like a berserker. The other one's it could be like, I don't know, a demolition. The other one could be like a fire, like a flamethrower guy. There's a medic that shoots syringes or healing darts.